Have you ever wondered, why is my business so hard? Why is it that other agents seem to just kind of have things on cruise control and I seem to be struggling all the time? It's because you overcomplicate things. Today I'm going to give you 3 specific systems that you can put in place that is going to make your business and your life a lot easier. With the change in the market, I've had a lot of agents that are coming to me and not sure exactly what it is that they should do. They feel like the business is harder than it's ever been. And let me say this, the business is harder than it was a few years ago, but we're back to a normalized market. This is the time where producers and the people that are systematic, that are hardworking, that are adding value to the marketplace are absolutely going to be able to see their business grow. But there are some specific things you can do to make sure that you don't have to go through this struggle for the rest of your career. And that's what I want to talk about today. I'm going to talk about 3 different systems that you can put in place. They're going to make your life a lot easier and help your business grow systematically. But before we get into the details, if you haven't had a chance yet to subscribe to the YouTube channel, make sure you do that. Also hit the little bell. It's going to let you know ahead of everybody else when we put a new video out. So what is it that we can do to make our life a little easier, our business run more systematically? I'm really going to break this down to 3 systems. The first one is this: build a lead generation system that automatically is bringing leads into your business. Now, how do we do that? Now, I want to say this: when you first start, and when I first started, or when I hit lulls in my business, there were times where I had to work harder than ever. I needed to make more outbound calls. I needed to make cold calls out. I needed to talk to homeowners to see if anyone had an interest in selling their homes. Don't discount the fact that wherever you are right now, odds are to get to this place, we're going to have to phase these systems in and phase out some of that outbound where all of our leads are coming on an inbound motion. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to focus on 3 specific areas that will systematically start bringing some people into your business. The first area we want to focus on is geographical farming. This is giving us the ability to have systematically and consistently having potential opportunities for us on the listing side. And we know if we have listings coming in, they're going to generate opportunities on buyers. So what is geographical farming? Geographical farming is finding a specific area, making sure that we're consistently adding value to that area. If you're curious about how to do this at a high level and you're not sure how to do this, if you're watching this on YouTube, you'll see the link above. That'll get you the information on exactly how to do this. Or if you're watching this on Instagram, we'll have it in the comments section down below. But the biggest thing that you want to do is you want to find an area where you can be known as the local expert. By doing this and consistently adding value with direct mail, phone calls, doing specific activities in that neighborhood, making sure you're doing the things on a consistent basis in that area, you will absolutely generate opportunities for listings on a consistent basis. Number 2 is to create searchable video content. Now, what we're doing is that we're doing the work at one time that's going to pay us results over and over again into the future. So how do we do this in a way that gives us that ability? Now, this is going to be something where you're going to have to invest some time and probably some money if you're going to do this right. You have everything you need. You can do this on your phone, but if you want to do it at a high level, I would encourage you to identify someone who is a videographer in your local area and go ahead and commit to doing a certain number of videos a certain amount of time. So what should this content be? What are the things that people are searching for? I want to encourage you, go out, find 3 to 5 additional agents in other markets that are doing this well. You can simply go on YouTube and search for real estate in another city, Dallas, real estate in Atlanta, whatever it is. You'll notice at the top of some of that search specific agents. When you find those agents that are in those other markets that are doing it well and that have created a following, go in and click on the tab that says videos on their YouTube page and then go to the most popular. When you hit popular, it's going to show you the most watched videos they have. Notice the titles. What are the titles that you can take that they're utilizing that may say 5 best neighborhoods in Atlanta, for instance, that you say 5 best neighborhoods in your city? What is it that they're saying? Things you should know before moving to Dallas. Maybe you do 7 things people need to know before moving to your city. Whatever it is, we're hijacking somewhat that opportunity to see exactly what's already working in other markets, and we're taking it and we're utilizing it in our market. I'll promise, if you'll notice the things that are working for other agents in other markets and you apply those in your local markets with video content, it's not just going to pay you right now, it's going to continue to compound in its ability to help you going into the future. The third way to systematically generate leads is through social media content. Now, and one of the things that gets overwhelming sometimes is people are like, gosh, I don't have time for social media. So what do we do to systemize this in a way that gives us the ability to kind of put it almost on autopilot, so to speak, on the type of things that we're going to produce? The first thing we're going to do is we're going to create a calendar. I would suggest that you need to post at a minimum 1 time on Instagram per day. You should also have stories that you're doing as you're going throughout the day. But think about this from a systematic standpoint. The first thing that I would do is think about what it is that you want to do on each day. Maybe on Monday, it's a tip for a buyer. Maybe Tuesday's a tip for a seller. Maybe Wednesday is midweek motivation or something along those lines. Maybe there's answering a question on Thursday. Maybe Friday is finding a favorite property. Whatever it is for you, find a system that you can have in place. So what are we going to do to find the people that are out there on Instagram, agents in other markets that are actually creating content that's getting some engagement that we can then apply in ours? Same thing we did with YouTube. We're going to find 5 to 7 specific types of agents that are similar to us as far as the way they do their business, their sense of humor, their seriousness, the way that they talk about the market, whatever it is. Find some agents that are doing it well in other markets. We're going to go onto their page, and what we're going to do is we're going to click on Reels. We're going to go down and we're going to see what are the ones and the actual Reels that they have that have had maybe 2 to 3 or more times the average views in theirs. What is the titling? How long is that video? What kind of videography do they use? Was it a green screen? What was the type of content they were using? And what we're going to do then is we're going to just basically make a list of those types of ideas that we can use in our market. We're going to pre-shoot some of those things. We can use all of everything that we have on our phone, and we're going to go ahead and get some calendared out some of these posts that we're going to have posting into the future. For me, I stay about 14 days ahead on the type of reels that I'm going to be posting on a daily basis. What I've found is that consistency breeds trust. So if you'll begin to consistently add value on social media, if you'll get yourself a plan of action and follow that plan, you're going to get some results. All right, once we've got lead generation type of systems in place, now we're going to move to the second type of system that's really going to give us the ability to make our life and our business easier and continue to move people down that funnel, so to speak. So let's start with this, the basics. Let's make sure that every single prospect you have, past client or someone that may do business with you in the future or that's in your sphere of influence, is receiving automated emails with properties that are either like the home they own or a property that they might consider buying. Now what this does is this gives us a plan of action where we can systematically be putting properties out there so that when we wake up every morning, the system is actually sending out information on properties that are potential for those potential buyers and potential listings into the future. It keeps us top of mind with those folks. It gives us the opportunity that if they see something, we can kind of see some of their activity depending on the CRM you're using. And it gives us the ability to make sure that when the time comes, we're the person they think of when it comes to buying or selling real estate. The second system to put in place for lead conversion is to have a weekly email newsletter that is going out. Now, if you're thinking it's too much to do one on a weekly basis, do one on a monthly basis. One is better than none, but consistency breeds trust, as we talked about. On a weekly basis, this is the 3 things that I would like to have in that. I'd like to have 1, an update on what's going on in the market. This could be a new listing. This could be a market update at the end of the month each month. This could be a quarterly update on sales numbers. This could be something that's happening that's relevant. This could be you just shooting a quick video, maybe at one of your listings or a walkthrough or hey, coming soon. Then we're going to have below that, we're going to have an actual link to our favorite property of the week. If you're working with investors, this could be my best investment property that I found this week. Whether it's your listing or not, you're sending them to your website with a link to that. Below your favorite property for the week, you're going to actually come in and now we're going to do something in the community. Now, this could be mixed up a little bit, but I really like the power of those 3 things. There's something psychological about having 3 things in an order there and the consistency of that. In that bottom part, we're going to either highlight a local business. We're going to either highlight maybe a discount code for a local business. Maybe we're going to highlight, make sure that you reach out for a free updated valuation update on your property. Maybe it's, hey, we've got a lender that is actually offering 90 days to lock in a rate right now. Take advantage of this. Reach out to me. It has a small call to action possibly. Listen, when you get this place where you build this out, where it's literally you're highlighting those 3 areas and the newsletter is something that is systematic, that consistency breeds that trust that we've been looking for, and it's going to breed the opportunity to convert more leads. Third system is to put in ink in your calendar 1 hour per day for follow-up with people in your database. Now, these could be your hot buyers. This could be hot potential listings. This could be following up with your existing listings. These are where we're going to have real estate related conversation. We're going to systematically put it into our calendar. Because here's what happens is, if it's not in your calendar, it doesn't happen. Something else will come out. There'll be a fire that you need to take care of. What is it that you can do to set up where that at the beginning of the day, I like to do from 8:30 to 9:30 in the morning, where I'm following up with people that are in my database. Maybe these are people that have been actively been looking that you found a new listing for. Maybe these are people that are something that you know that if you find them the right place, it's just checking in with those people. You see, when you get systematic with your communication, listen, if you don't do anything, nothing's going to happen. So what is it that you can do to go out there and make things happen? The telephone is your friend. Being systematic with your outbound phone calls, your prospecting calls, and doing it on a consistent basis is something that is going to absolutely help your business grow. What it also does is it sets the tone that no matter what happens the rest of the day, no matter how much chaos comes into your life, at the end of the day, you're going to be able to look back and know that you moved the ball forward by doing what needed to be done to convert more leads. All right, so we've built systems now for lead generation, for lead conversion. Now, what's the third, and in my opinion, the most important part of really growing your business going into the future? And that's building a system of follow-up with your past clients and your sphere of influence. There's some specific things we can do here to not only help us have multiple transactions with these folks, but to generate referrals like never before. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to put them into the system just like what we did with the others. We're going to make sure that that person we sold a house to is receiving emails with properties like theirs that are selling or that are going under contract or coming on the market like theirs. Again, it's keeping us top of mind. We're also going to make sure that we have them in our email newsletter group, that they're receiving that newsletter. Again, these are just the small things to keep us top of mind for them. The second way to systemize your follow-up with your past clients is to utilize send out cards to set up where they receive something every single year for the next 7 to 10 years on their Houseaversary, the day that they bought their house. What I loved about send out cards is that I could go ahead at the time of closing, I could go in there and I could go ahead and write and schedule a personalized handwritten note. They use an ink pen, but it's mine that I've sent in. And it has the ability for me to choose a gift that goes with that. It could be cookies, it could be some type of a gift. Whatever it is, I set that up where it is a small gift with a handwritten card from me that goes out 3 days before their Houseaversary every single year for the next 7 to 10 years. I pay for that up front. It's basically an investment into my marketing dollars into the future for that relationship. Every single year, even when I forget that I've done it, I'm going to receive some of these emails, some of these texts, some of these thank you notes back from people that I remembered the date that they bought their house. Even though I set a system up, I'm having that communication on a regular basis, and it absolutely builds those relationships. Last but not least is client appreciation events. Listen, everybody wants to feel appreciated, and it puts the law of reciprocity into effect where we have the opportunity to not only show them that we care, but keep us not just top of mind, but they want to do something nice for us. What's the best and nicest thing that a past client can do for us or someone in your sphere of influence? They can absolutely send you referrals. So here's what I like to do is I like to have at least 2 per year. But listen, don't be afraid. One's better than none again, but make sure that you're doing some type of an event where you're thanking your people. I personally like 2 different times of year to do these type of events. I like to do them in the fall and I like to do them in the spring. The reason being is that in the fall, for instance, you've got opportunities with Thanksgiving for a Thanksgiving pie to give away. You've got opportunities to do a photographer for family photos for Christmas. You've got opportunities to have a day with Santa Claus for the kids that maybe if you've got a lot of young families that are your past clients. Whatever it is, there's a possibility that during that time, people are considering what they're going to do next year. They're beginning to think about those things. And by offering this, even if they don't participate, you're going to be the person they're thinking of at that critical time when they're possibly making some of those adjustments in their situation. Also in the springtime, heading into the summer season and into the spring, those are the busiest times that we have in real estate. So we would absolutely want to make sure that we're doing something during that time so that we are the person they think of during that time. Tons of different types of events you can do in the spring. Maybe it's having in your office, you can set up and have a food truck. Maybe it's that you have some type of a movie event. Maybe it's even that you have an outdoor movie event as the weather is getting better in maybe one of your targeted neighborhoods that you're farming. Whatever it is, make sure that you're showing your appreciation of those past clients and they'll absolutely remember you when it's time for them to buy another property or to refer somebody your way. If you'll take the time and invest in putting systems in place that will make your life easier later, you'll absolutely thank yourself in the future. What is it that you can do today that's going to systemize your business in a way that it doesn't have to be as hard as it's been? I hope this has been helpful, and I'll talk to you soon. Thanks for watching the video. I specifically chose the video below for you because it builds on the one you just watched. I hope it's helpful, and I'll talk to you soon.